1,000% sure I did the last part the right number of times, but it should be, I think, 8 times, and then it stops. But the rest of it, I think, was pretty close. This is a special request for Brian. I hope this works for you. You might have noticed at the very end I picked up a pick, but the rest of it I did fingerstyle. This is in like a style that I sometimes think of as like rough fingerstyle. So it's like, it's, you know, it's finger picked, but in this very like, it's kind of wild. It's not like, it's not a very exact finger picking pattern, right? So I almost thought for a minute that it was picked, because you could play it like, you could play it all with your pick. But there's some things where I think you can hear that it's with the fingers. So I tried to get the right hand pretty much exactly as I heard it, but that might get hard to sort of teach. So I'll try to just show you some general patterns that might help you get through it, but we'll talk about it. Okay, the intro. So the intro starts with an A minor. What I hear is something like this. So that's a good example. So I'm doing it with 3 fingers, with thumb, index, and middle. And I'm starting by having my thumb pluck the A and my middle pluck the B together. And then my index pluck the G, and then my thumb pluck the D. Then my thumb pluck the A again, and then middle on B and index on G again. So it's right. You can play around with that. You could do it with one. A lot of people finger pick with just like this. So then your index finger would just do everything that your index and your middle would do. I think this kind of makes the most sense. After you do that, pick up the second finger. So this is something he does a lot in this song, is when there's A minor chords, the second finger often picks up and then like hammers back on, or sometimes stays up for a minute. So what happens right here is, now second finger, pick up to leave the open D. So thumb picks that, and then you can kind of just go D, B, G, D, B, G, D, B, something like that. You know, just pluck around those strings. I'm doing it with my thumb on the D, index on the G, and middle on the B. And then there's that hammer back on. So, and when I do stuff like that, this is where it gets into the like sort of roughness, right? It's like right there, I'm kind of just using my thumb to kind of strum, right? And then I might just sort of pick around a little bit more. So in other words, it can be, you know, just sort of plucking around. But it starts with this A minor, and it becomes this. We could call this like an A minor add 4 or something like that. And then hammers back on and has another measure. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So three bars on A minor. Basically, a bar on A minor, a bar on A minor add 4, and a bar on A minor. Now there's this crazy riff that comes around a bunch in this song, and the way he plays it is crazy. It's like, I thought at first it was, which would make, you know, maybe slightly more sense like musically, but it really kind of sounds like, so it's 2nd fret on the A string, I'm playing that with my 1st finger, 3rd fret on the B string, I'm playing that with my 3rd finger. That's the first thing. Then I think it just slides that up 2 frets. So it goes from being 2 on the A and 3 on the B to being 4 on the A and 5 on the B. But again, it's a very like rough slide. And I'm picking in the right hand with my thumb and index. These are all just 1 beat each, but it's sort of this, you go nice, then back down. And then the thing that I thought was maybe this is actually, I think, just this, just open A and open B. So it's 2 and 3, 4 and 5, back to 2 and 3, open, open, with the A and the B strings. Cool, and that happens a bunch in this song. Then it goes to a G chord, played as a bar chord. Could be this, but then sometimes I think you hear that it's this. And then let's try to do this little pattern. Something like that. So I'm in this G chord. I'm going to start by plucking the A string with my thumb and the B string with my middle finger. Then index finger plays the G, thumb plays the A again, and then pinky of the left hand moves from the D string up to the 5th fret on the B string and does a quick pull off from the pinky playing that 5th fret on the B back to the bar, right? B, G, A, and then pinky moves over to do this pull off from 5 to 3 on the B string. And then maybe, you know, fills in the remaining 2 beats with like maybe a A and a G again. Something like that. Okay, again, you can do it kind of rough. This kind of movement, which comes up a few times, is a common kind of trick with bar chords. Then it slides down. Sort of the same thing on an F chord, so with the bar on the 1st fret. The pattern might be a little different, right? It might be like maybe A, B, G, instead of the A and the B together, the A first, then the B, B, G, A, and then the pull-off thing. And then he kind of lets go of the chord. I think it's sort of like, you know, and then back to an A minor. This is going to be an A minor for 3 beats. And it's kind of like, hammers on the whole A minor shape. And then pick it up and play an E major. And that E major, so this is a common rhythmic thing that happens at the end of sections in the song. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 3 beats, and then hold this from beat 4 through the next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of the intro. Okay, the verse, some similar stuff. You do this riff again. Figure out how to do it, rewind the video. And now A minor. A little bit of like a different pattern now in the A minor. It's like, something like that. Again, 3 bars on A minor. I'm kind of doing this A, B, G, D, B, G, 5, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. But then again, doing the thing of picking up the 2nd finger, so. And then it's that little dong, dong, open D, hammering onto the 2nd fret on the D. And again, with this hand, to a certain extent, if you just sort of keep it moving, if you just keep, I would play around with that as you try to learn this song. So like, you know, they're just playing around with, you know, try to get into a rhythm with that. So he kind of does that. He kind of hammers on that 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, again. Then this riff again, then the G again. Same thing as in the intro, the G to the F, right? And then the same thing with the hammer on A minor, but now it goes to a G. And with the same rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back. This time, A minor to E. So in the first verse, there's another verse, but the 2nd verse is half as long. So the first verse is the only one that has these 2 different endings, and it's A minor to G the first time and A minor to E the 2nd time. There will be a chart available on my Patreon if you want to follow along that way. Okay, that takes us to the chorus. Chorus starts on a C chord. This is another fun one to do this picking on. It's like A, B, G, D, B, G, D. Maybe like A, B, G, D, B, G, D, B, D, D. Let me try that again. Okay, the chorus. So the chorus starts with a C chord. Picking wise, it kind of goes into this like, this pattern is like A, B, G, D, B, G, D, B, G, something like that. 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, something like that. But it gets interrupted because he goes. So this is, you have your C and then add your pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string. And I'm just sort of playing D, G in this one. Then pick it up, play regular C chord, but again pick D to G. Then pick up the 2nd finger and have open D. So. And then he switches, he plays like some open notes on the way to a G. Something like that. Then G chord. And here you could just keep doing this pattern probably. I'm in my G chord. Notice I'm just playing the 3rd fret on the low E because you don't really need any of the other parts of the G chord. You could, but, and then the picking is E, B, G, D, B, G, E, B, G, D, B, G, D, B. Six, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, something like that. Could be a lot of different things. It's that for 2 bars. Same kind of thing. F chord. And then you go from the F chord back to A minor. And then it's that same rhythm of like 3 beats on A minor and then 5 beats on G, but this time the finger picking keeps going. So it's like under my skin. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's kind of wild in the right hand. So now repeat the chorus. Second time, it doesn't keep picking on the G. It just holds it for the 5 beats. So this takes us to the bridge. The bridge starts with something that's similar to the chorus, right? C. I thought it did like a little bit of like a different version of this, but you could just stick with whatever's working for you. Do 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 do. 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, do, 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 do. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then it's a quick C to C over B, which you can play like this, C/B. Maybe easiest to just do this. So just pick up your 2nd finger and your 3rd finger and have your 2nd finger take over on the 2nd fret of the A. So you're like C, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, C over B. It's just the last beat of that measure. Then it goes to A minor. Similar kind of thing with the A minor where you pluck the A minor for a couple of beats and then pick up the 2nd finger and then hammer it back on. Make sure that you pluck that D string when you do that, right? And again, he kind of messes with it, right? That time I hear him play those strings, the high strings. D open, D, you can kind of alternate D, B, D, something like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3 bars, three bars as usual. This old riff again, and then G, F, again, and then again A minor to E. I screwed up and cut off the end of the video, so I have to do the last part again. So it's later in the day, I hope. The light's probably different. Okay, so this like instrumental part starts with this slide from 1 to 2 on the A string. It might be this, it might be the A and the D string. I kind of hear mostly that. And then index plucks the G, middle plucks the B. Then third finger moves to the 3rd fret on the A string. And again, do G, B, your index and middle. Then move your 3rd finger from the 3rd fret on the A to the 3rd fret on the E. Again, do the G, B, and then 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, and then just pluck the B, and then 1st fret of the low E, and then B, G instead of G, B. He doesn't do it exactly the same every time. And I'm not 100% convinced this is it. It's like, it's so sloppy. I almost thought it was like, it's not that. I think is right. So it's like slide from 1 to 2, G, B, 3rd fret on the A with your thumb, G, B, 3rd fret on the E, G, B, 2nd fret on the E, B, 1st fret on the E, B, G. Something like that. Hopefully that's close enough. It goes like 7 or 8 times, and the last time it slows down. At the end of the day, at the end of the day. Then it goes back to the, it goes to a verse, which is a half verse. So it's just like the first half of the verse from before. And then it goes into a chorus, which is like a full chorus. But then that chorus, when it ends, goes into the, now I hear it being picked there. It is possible, listening to it, there's enough time that he could like pick up a pick. I don't know if he was playing with a pick the whole time, or if he picks up a pick, or if he's still playing with his, he could be just playing with his, you know, with his nails. But I pick up a pick there, and it's just one bar of C. So the tempo changes, right? So it goes from being like to being, it just slows down a little bit, and it goes into this kind of swinging tempo. So it's like, it's like the chord progression from Oyoko by John Lennon. Okay, so C, C over B, which is like, you just keep your first finger where it is from the C, and then move your 2nd finger to the 2nd fret of the A, and your 3rd finger to the 2nd fret on the D. And then A minor for 2 bars. And he's, starts messing around with those notes on the B string. If you know these chords, like C add 9, C over B add 9, A minor, sus4, A minor, sus2. So you can mess with that, like your pinky moving to the 3rd fret on the B, and then sometimes picking up your first finger for the open B. And the last time, it ends suddenly on A minor. Okay, listen, Brian, I hope that was enough to get you going on this one. It's kind of tricky, or it's tricky to teach these kind of finger picking songs, because it's like, you know, it's like, what are you gonna do? But but hopefully you can get like a groove with it, and that is all the chords and stuff. The chart will be available on the Patreon, and as usual, let me know if you have any questions, comments, requests. Thank you so much for watching.